This is KMT. We are coming to you live and direct from the United States of America, and precisely I'm in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. Jackson George is far there in Minnesota. We're looking at major issues in Liberia today. Life imprisonment for former Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott and others. What is it like? Jackie Dennis will be providing us more details on the case involving Gloria Musu Scott. Joseph Iban Boga is lobbying Unity Party lawmaker. He wants the speakership. Do he want the speakership for a rubber stamp legislation? We will be finding out as well. What is the meeting about? Also, protests at the Capitol building. Employees there and former House Speaker Buffer Chambers spoke to uh, journalists during the protest there on Thursday as the climax they're sitting. What is the hope of those nominated, appointed by President Weah to serve the LRA and other top position there and other major issues in Liberia? Jackson George, welcome to the Diaspora Talk show.
Thank you, Nathan. It's been a good day so far.
And on the
Stressful.
yeah, it's a very good day, and it's snowing here in Missouri like crazy, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and very shortly we'll be bringing on the CEO of Signal Technology, Felix Lawrence III. He will be joining us on the program to talk more about technology and in Liberia. How can we use technology to transform Liberia? There is some major issues in Liberia with technology. People say we have 4G, 8G, but we cannot even download a 1 megabyte of video. So these are things we'll be discussing on the program. Jackson George. Let's bring on our guest who's pressed with time, Felix Lawrence. Welcome, Felix, to the Diaspora Talk show.
Welcome, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Tell us more about your own business, Signal Technology. What do you do?
So, Signal Technology is a licensed internet provider in Liberia. We provide nationwide broadband internet service to the entire country. We do all of that via satellite. Uh, Signal Technology, at its core of our business, is to provide equal opportunity and access to information technology services in Liberia to everybody, regardless of your economic status or regardless of your geographical location, wherever you are. That is the company in short.
So, regardless of where you are, tell me how will you bridge that gap? What mechanism, marketing platform you have, affordable pricing you have to bridge the gap to infiltrate the market in Liberia?
So the company itself has been around for about 2 years, a little over 2 years now. However, we didn't go in full operation until May of last year. Prior to that, um, we uh, did a proof of concept where we test our services in the country during the harsh weather. We actually ran a proof of concept for about 10 months before actually going live with clients. Um, During that time, we went through the various kind of weather situation. We know in Liberia, we have real harsh weathers when it comes to the rain and everything else. So we make sure, like I mentioned earlier, our service are provided via satellite, and that's how we are able to provide service nationwide broadband service in the entire country. So we made sure everything worked through the different harsh seasons, through the heaviest rain seasons and everything else. And now, since May of last year, we have been aggressively trying to market our product to the market. We have various prices. We have service that um, start from $8 a month. However, we like to pride ourselves as the unlimited company, meaning that we like to push our unlimited packages. So, in short, we have unlimited packages starting from $45 a month, where you can get unlimited internet regardless of where you are in Liberia.
So this platform is only internet. It's not phone. You're not going to be providing broad-based phone connection. Only access to internet.
That is correct. We are a pure internet company. We provide on the internet. However, we do provide other services like we provide cloud services. Some of the platform we have, we got inventory management services. We even have a electronic hospital management system where you can use in clinics and stuff like that to intake patients, health records and all that kind of stuff. So we do a lot more than just the internet, but at the front is the internet. We also provide GPS tracking service in Liberia for those who have access asset and have multiple assets. Whether you have keke, bike, trucks. For some of the companies in Liberia have drivers, multiple devices. They can use that service to track all of the drivers, all of the assets anywhere in the country.
How is that done with the issue of? Oh, you because you use satellite, so you're able to. So there is no be like network jamming situation, right?
That is correct. Both of those services are provided via satellite. So the GPS service, for example, we have a few clients that's using our GPS service. And we have some clients where it's just somebody who have three keke or two bikes and want to track the drivers and stuff like that. You can do that. You can actually track where they are. Also for theft, we this was in response to the high rate of theft that came to our attention, especially when it has to do with the keke and the bikes and stuff like that. So we have had situation before where people bikes have gotten stolen, and we have directed the police exactly pinpoint where they were, where they were hiding the bike, and those individuals were arrested.
And I must say, oh, go ahead, Jackson. You want to say
Uh,
something?
Full disclosure, I'm associated with Felix. Felix, quick question. I want you to touch on the SchoolNet program. I think is very important. We've had a couple of inquiries as to how can we provide a product that work best for the schools.
Yes, certainly. I was on this program. I don't believe it's this one. It was another program a few months ago, and at the time we hadn't launched our school debt program, and this is in response to um, schools. We have a lot of schools out there with students that, like I mentioned in our that we are impact-driven company, meaning that what we put ourselves into, our services are impact to the country. It impacts the citizens and everything else. So we launched about a few months ago. We launched our SchoolNet program. Our SchoolNet program is a program that we actually provide. Internet service to schools. We have different, it's actually called a SchoolNet project. And within that project, we have various programs in it. And we are encouraging um, administrators, alumni of learning institutions to contact us so that we can put them online, regardless of where they are in the country. Our focus is actually the rural areas. So that is what we do. We provide internet service, broadband internet service for schools.
So let's talk about one sources right now.
So I believe we recently had recently have KMTV cover one of our latest launch that we did in in Nima County. We actually went and provide internet and campus-wide Wi-Fi service for Nima University. It was done back in. It was launched back in December. I was there for the privileged to be there for the launches and everything else, and KMTV did the coverage. We provided campus-wide Wi-Fi internet service. We are servicing 800 students at that location uh, for that school for Nema University. However, we have other schools that's part of this program. It's a new program. We started it in September of last year. And so far, we have 4 schools. So far, we're serving about 2,500 students right now, but we are hoping to grow. We're hoping to work with the government to see how we can bridge this gap, uh, bridging the digital divide, making sure that these students has the resources and access that they need for their education.
So in Liberia, many of the time, most of these schools pay for technology fee. And so, could you just explain for the public whether the universities are going to cover the cost themselves, or the students are already covering the cost, and how does it work for?
So, and like I mentioned earlier, we do have various programs within the SchoolNet project. The SchoolNet project itself, it has one liner goal. The goal is to connect every student in Liberia to the internet. We are very ambitious about this. We want to go ahead and go hard. We believe that internet is essential to learning. Therefore, we have 3 programs. One of the programs is where the school can buy the equipment, buy the service, and they can then provide it to the students. Another program we have, which is more of a cost sharing, where we share the costs with the school. So we provide equipment and service, and the school provide the Wi-Fi access. One of the favorites that we have right now, and this came in response to most of the school, where we are providing, which is a third program within this project, where we provide, we figure a lot of the schools, they have a lot of expenses, and sometimes they cannot underwrite these expenses and stuff like that when it comes to technology and stuff. So right now, what we do, we work with schools. As part of this program to actually we provide them everything. We provide them the internet, we provide them the equipment, we Wi-Fi the entire campus, everything at no cost to the school. And then when the school collect the technology fee, then they can pay on the back end. But that was actually brought about so that the schools themselves doesn't have to worry about the cost and stuff like that. So we encourage administrators, school administrators, and people to contact us. Our website, signal231.com/schoolnet. You can go on there, fill up a form, and contact us. One of our sales rep will be in touch with you, and we can go ahead and bring your school online.
And where is your office located? Where is the office located?
We have an office right by SKD Boulevard Junction. Um the direction pretty much when you can call our number to get that. I believe we'll be putting the number on later, but from SKD, it's between SKD Boulevard and EAW Junction. It's actually right in the same building that New Bell.
It's the blue building with the expensive casket in there, right?
That is correct. People who are in Monrovia are familiar with that. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So how can Liberia or Liberians use technology to transform or to bring up a track and balance? What can you explain? How can we use technology to ensure accountability, transparency, track and balance development in our country, Liberia?
Well, um, we went into the internet business because we knew the importance of it. And like I mentioned earlier, we are impact company, meaning that yes, we are in it for profit. However, we have more than that. We want our goal is to provide equal opportunity and access to information technology, like I mentioned. We have seen over the past few years, everything has gone online. Okay, students are now taking tests online. They're doing research online. Uh, we're talking about just even the population, where you have uh, people gaining a bigger audience because of the internet. I mean, 10 years ago, we couldn't, talk like we're talking now. We would have to come up with something special. But now it's a lot easier. So we believe that providing people access to those resources uh, is critical to the country, especially in learning and exposure. A lot of people is gaining exposure. We have artists nowadays that they can literally broadcast their music or their video to hundreds of thousands of people just by the click of the mouse. So we believe in that access, giving that access to our to Liberia to our customers.
So Felix, in addition to that, Nathan, access to the internet now, if we have access to the internet, which is satellite based, we can automate most of our system, take cash from government agencies and all of these agencies. People can pay electronically with all, because most of the times, because we don't have internet, we don't have access to that. Now we do have access to the internet. Liberian artists can now make money off of the internet as well. They can reach millions of people as compared to what it used to be before. Children now in pre-grade can have access to the internet, and so I think this bring immense development to our nation if Liberians start to get familiar with the internet and do more with it. Even rural areas. That's like Phyllis said. The focus is rural Liberia as well, so that they can have access as well. So access is not just limited in Monrovia.
Yeah,
So
and
Phyllis, do you have anything final to say? I mean, sorry.
So
yeah, I just
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
Nick.
Nathan.
no, I just wanted to buttress. When I experienced 4G internet was in London. All alone, I live my life in Liberia. We'll go to the internet cafe. We attaching for 30 minutes. It will fill. So when I did 4 5 minutes video in few seconds, it was. I'm like, no, this can't be 4G. We have 4G in my country, Liberia. And, so the essence of internet, meaning for people who are into broadcasting, music, you said, cannot be overemphasized. With TikTok, Facebook, social media, YouTube, content creation is one of the biggest market right now, and we cannot achieve, we cannot excel because we can't upload a video. So my friends have to do what we transfer before we in the US have to upload their video to the YouTube account. So
Wow.
the need for the real internet, not the fake full. When I was there a few years ago, 4G, I did not experience that until later. So the need for internet cannot be overemphasized. I'm here, I'm on the road. I just connect my hotspot to my computer. I can download up to 1 hour video and I can upload.
Yeah.
So we need this kind of technology in Liberia. People have been overlook it, but it's important. It is getting so much important. It is a necessity for life. Internet. All the
And,
kids, everybody get a tablet.
and Nathan, the thing about it is to be able to give Liberians the chance to do these things. Most of the time, we say Liberians don't come in and invest. We don't do these things. This is a fully Liberian invested company. So Felix is the brain. He's doing a lot of great work. So Liberians should give a Signet Technology an opportunity to come in and do it. Most of that money stay in Liberia. That's the beauty about Liberian investing in their own country.
So I feel this, are you getting cooperation from stakeholders? Are they giving you leeway or are they blocking the market? What is it like?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, we went into full operations just May of last year. Uh, we had a little slowdown during the election season. Everybody was doing a wait and see, even the businesses. But besides that, we have been gaining customers. Like I said, we signed up 4 different schools. We have about 2,500 students, and this is just May, since May, in less than a year. Uh, we are looking at a few. We are in communication with a few other schools as well, in and around the country. Internet is very essential to them. Again, we provide broadband regardless of where you are. We have customers in 13 of the 14 of the 15 counties, and that is just since May. We have customers in Grand Cru, Riverside, Grand Jita, you just name it. Sano, Lofa, Bapalu. We got customers all over the place, and we have been able to accomplish this because of uh, our phenomenal team of staff that we have, our field techs and everything else. Also, through the support of our investor, Signal Technology is a full-fledged corporation. We have a board, we have investors, so it's a full-fledged corporation, and we believe by going this route, we were able to go far and accomplish more and have more people as part of this project. Um, you mentioned slow internet and stuff like that. The reason why we decided to go um, the satellite route is because we can reach more people uh, for we put affordability as part of what we do because we believe if you providing something very good and people cannot afford it, then you are indiscriminately uh, um, um, discriminating against those people because and that's how people even if you go to certain neighborhoods, all the houses are in a certain price range, then that's tell you that hey, they're trying to keep certain people out, or it could just be because that's high value. So, but sometimes it's done. So we believe in providing affordable internet service. We believe in providing internet for all. Um, we are a reseller of a bigger company, a UTSat. It's a French company, provide satellite services. We are the sole distributor for UTSat in Liberia. UTSat is about a $5 billion company. They have service from they cover the entire globe, and they have about 200 million people using their services. So this is something that is very solid. We did our research and everything to give Liberia best. Um, Recently, talking about speed, you just had just acquired another company, and that have given us access to a new set of satellites. So now we have access to the what is referred to as the low Earth orbiting satellites. That is the newest of the newest satellites coming, and that is going to give us access to be able to provide broadband speed of the 250 megabytes per second. I know that doesn't mean much as far as the numbers and everything else, but that is pretty much putting maybe our entire ministry and on that one connection, and that entire whether it's 4 or 5 thousand people could be able to browse freely, very fast, and everything else. So we are going to be launching that in the first quarter by February, March. Right now, we only do 100 megabytes per second, which is very fast, but we're looking forward to that. So that is what we have new coming.
Okay, Felix, old Lawrence the third. It's the people who the third, they're so powerful because the first pass all the knowledge to the second get look at some of the mistake, the third say, okay, all of these things I get so powerful. So thanks for sharing your time with us. Signal Technology Incorporated, Technologies Incorporated.
Yes, I just want to add one thing. Our phone number in Liberia is 0886 or 0777 888 that's 0886 88220 or 0777 888 I noticed that it wasn't put on the screen, so I figured those who have questions and want to contact us about what have been discussed here can do so.
Okay, Felix O. Lawrence, thanks for sharing the time with us. This is the platform you can come often to discuss more because knowledge is power. People have to transform from one sector to another because they want to improve their life. People want to get on no more writing letter now. when you mail it, postpaid and mail it. Now it's technology. Instantaneous, you have to provide that, and also too, people can also use that for security purpose. I can
Oh,
sit from Minnesota and see my whole home on my
yeah.
phone, and if
Correct.
people trespassing, because it's all about internet, right?
It's
So
limitless. It's
we
limitless.
cannot overemphasize. In Liberia, the thing is, it says if you have not experienced it, you don't know the importance of it. And I can track my car. If somebody pick my car off anywhere you go, I can just see it on the phone. It
Correct.
is through the device, and we pay money for it. It is not
Mhm.
free. I mean, I will pay like $20 a month for that,
Mhm.
for that track, and it's accurate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let me see. Yeah, you go
I,
to
I think I think one time Phillips were in Liberia and somebody lost their motorbike and
Yeah.
were able to pinpoint that motorbike and they had a police officer. They went and collected a motorbike. So
Yep.
these things work. They will get cheaper and cheaper so that everybody can afford it, and that will help reduce crime in our country. That will bring development. We got young people needed access to the internet. We cannot have a country where the young folks do not have access, that they can do research to learn more, because education now is applied knowledge. It has nothing to do with how we learned before.
Yeah.
So we're doing our part. We are asking that the country give us the opportunity to help.
Yes. Okay, thanks. Let's move over now
Thank
to
you, boss.
politics.
See you again.
Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Dayton.
All right, thank you, Felix. Oh, Lawrence, they are sharing the platform. Well, let's move down to politics, Jackson. As you know, it's heating up in Liberia. The 53rd is out. The 54th will be coming in. Lee McCarty is in Liberia. She's covering the Senate wing for Women Voices, Women TV Radio. She's there from Monrovia. Lima, give us the latest from Monrovia, Liberia. But before we come to you, welcome to KMTV.
Thank you so much, KMTV.
Welcome, Lima. I think Lima needs our internet.
Yeah, let's play you
So
this
I'm
clip. The riot. Yes, go ahead. What's the latest from the Capitol building, the Senate wing?
Also, at the Liberian legislature right now, you may be aware that yesterday the legislature took final closure on its segment, and the last segment for the 54th legislature. And by Monday, the 55th legislature will be resuming for activities. So right now, people are on break. I can say a few minute break. It'll be Monday.
So let's tell the Liberian people how many senators are in and how many are out.
For the issue of the senators that are in, 4 senators that went for the elections, out of 14 senators, because one of the senators died. That was Baboluka Senator, Senator Nathan. But out of the 14 that went, only 4 returned. Only 4 was able to return. Why?
There is no audio. There is no audio. Probably somebody attempted calling her. Yeah, no audio. This is KMTV. We're trying to get in touch with Lima Cuddy. Her microphone is mute. Let's see. Okay, go ahead, Lima. Are you there? Go ahead, Lima. Are you there? Go ahead.
You can get me now?
Yes.
I think I need to say something there.
Okay, Lima Cuddy there. She's trying to make some adjustment from Monrovia, Liberia. The internet situation is what I was just talking about, Jackson. She said 4 senators will be coming back. 1 already died. So indeed, we'll be seeing new faces. Let's see if Lima has adjusted herself. Go ahead, Lima, on the senators.
I don't know. Can you people hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. You are good.
Okay, but I'm not hearing anybody. So that's where.
Okay, so.
Okay, so I will continue. I don't know. Maybe we'll do Bobo interview because I'm not hearing you and you are hearing.
Let's see if we can move her. And Jackson, you listen to her. Let's play a few clips. We'll try to readjust with them. There have been protests at the Capitol building. Senate staffers and members from the representative thing have been protesting. But let's listen to one of the senators here during the protest when they decided to halt the process after the close.
Well, being a leader, no staffers of the House of Representatives have ever come to me to inquire as what is happening co-chair on Russo and administration. So nobody has asked me. I've had opportunity to speak to some of the leaders, some of the staffers of the House of Representatives, that we have exerted all efforts. Once money comes from the executive that's meant for the special sitting, then definitely everybody will have it.
How do you see the action by the staffers?
Do you think it's necessary?
No, I don't believe that it's necessary because it is very, very important for us to understand what is obtaining here. At no point in time, money has been paid for staffers, and then the staffers did not give their money. It had never happened.
What is Central Administration doing to address it?
As far as I know, requests were made to the Finance Ministry, and that effort is being exerted to ensure that even certain lawmakers who were called by have not gotten a single cent. So for anybody to insinuate that lawmakers receive benefits of special sitting and they try to deprive their staffers, I think is disingenuous, it's completely erroneous and baseless. People are.
So, Lima, tell us what is the latest on this whole situation involving staffers and the lawmakers over pay?
So for the issue of the staffers at the Capitol building, the issue of their protests have been held. It has been hotted because yesterday, Lawrence met with the staffers of the Senate, and she gave them her assurance that, oh yes, they are working on their payment, and in as soon as possible time, they are going to have their money paid into their account. The thing with the representative aspect, yesterday the Speaker Chima met with them also. As you can see there, they blocked the road, but when Chima said that they have, Speaker Chima said that they have already negotiated the process, and the Ministry of Finance will be paying their money in as soon as possible time. But these legislative staffers have given an ultimatum between now till Friday. If they cannot receive their money by Friday, they are going to continue protest by Monday. In my view, next week should be the speaker elections and other elections that will be held at the national legislature. So if these people are not paid their money, then that means they're going to disrupt the electoral process of the speaker by next week.
Finally, yeah, again, probably somebody attempted calling Lima, so we're not getting her. Jackson, Josh, you listening there to Lima explaining that, hey, they have reached this far. Are you listening to the senator there from Bond County?
Nathan, when you salaries, right? In any country, people don't joke with people's salary because that's what they use to take care of their families. I don't know how we've come to the point where we have people work for 3 months and don't receive salaries, and it's like we're begging the finance ministry to make disbursement. It shouldn't be that way. Before the president call lawmakers back to work, the money should be made available. And so it's not a process of begging or asking the finance ministry to do that. If we don't have the money, then the process doesn't go on because you are bringing in people to work when they are off work, and so they need to get paid. They need transportation. They need to feed their families as well. The representative is saying that nobody went into his office to ask. Sometimes the problems, we create our own problems. If you're working for the representative who's saying now that none of his staff are ever asking him about their salaries, technically tell you that they were just going to work and nobody asked, and he too never asked as to whether they're getting paid because they came to work and they worked, so.
Should they ask? They should not ask. You as a leader, you should be concerned about your people.
Exactly. I mean, here in America, at some point, let's take for instance, there's one time in every year the state doesn't pay us to pay our employees, right? They delay 1 month when they're doing the audit. So we have to pay our employees, whether the state pay us or not. The employees really don't care. So we have to save up money to pay for that 1 month of payroll, or one payroll cycle. And so it is difficult to hear from other people that we haven't gotten paid for 3 months. We haven't gotten paid. Civil servant haven't gotten paid. I think this is something that is coming in. Administration will have to reset. They will have to get a lot of money from somewhere. I think you should always have 3 months or 6 months salary for civil servants so that you can generate funding from other places. So civil servants should not be thinking whether they will get paid this coming pay cycle or they won't get paid. That's not part of the process. So it is frustrating to hear that. Again, most of the people who are in leadership are people who come from the United States and get paid on time. I can imagine you being in the United States and never and didn't take pay. So I don't know how comfortable they are noting that people are not taking pay in Liberia. But there are complexity. I understand that they don't have total control, but there must be pressure. So government doesn't pay. Look at the government doesn't pay. You go to your school and say, well, government has not paid, so I cannot pay my child's school fees. Then you go to your landlord and say, when government pay, everything is just so complacent. And everybody just agree to that. But in this country, if you don't pay your rent, if government did not pay, you didn't pay your rent, the landlord doesn't care. So we have to exert pressure so that people can do the work. And there's no pressure because 3 months you have not gotten paid and you still go to work. I still don't understand that.
Lima, keep us up to date with the last segment of the 54 legislature. What are some of the bill passed? Because we paid them for some extra seating. They went back there. What were some of the bills or some of the work they did? I think you are mute.
But Neda, I don't even know if they want to work.
Me now?
I mean, if they work.
Okay. So I'm saying, unfortunately, there was no bill passed during the last.
So they did not work.
No. So like bills like the Fuani Brothers Corporation that they put on the floor, but it was later sent to the president for ratification, and the president vetoed it on December 20th and sent it back to the Senate. And that bill is still in committee room. So when it comes back, they'll have to place it on the floor for discussion before they can decide what else will be done. And another bill that was on the floor was the free tuition in public universities. So the two committees, committee on education and committee on judiciary, human rights, and petition, they went into that discussion and went to the various committee. And you getting me?
Yep.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So they had committee meetings, and from what they said, they were not finding a particular conclusion as to whether they should now vote on a bill to be passed into law, because they want to make it an act separate from President Weah executive order in date. Because when the president spoke during his first sona, he declared that public universities should be free, and he was going to work with the legislature to make sure that public universities are free. So because of that, people been pressuring students from the University of Liberia and other government entities around the country, and they have been pressuring the legislature to pass it.
So that was not passed at all. That was not passed during the 54.
No, it was passed.
So what happens?
Zoom.
Yeah, another thing. What happens with those nominated? Now they have closed. What's become of the fate?
I can say their fate has failed. Yes, their fate has failed because this regime is kind of over already. And a special sitting president we have called for that was from the 28th of December up to yesterday. It was meant to have been confirmed. But based on the protests at the Senate and some other misunderstanding, there was no session held. I can tell you for free that the Senate, during this whole series of 2 weeks that they gave special sitting, special session, they never a day went to chambers to have confirmation hearing or anything else done. So the
What
entire
did they
issue
do? What did they do? Jackson, you listening to her? What did they do for the special sitting?
Well,
Jackson want to say something.
We did not see from them any action like saying they had a confirmation hearing. No, there was no confirmation hearing heard, and they also did not gather at the chambers of the Liberian Senate to have any formal activity that should be, because normally when the president called for a special sitting, it's kind of like almost like a regular session where it's either a committee of a whole comprising everybody, every senator, or it is the a particular committee which is on, like, for that matter it should be on committee on judiciary and committee on ways, means and finance. But we did not see any of them even at the Capitol building to say they are conducting a particular hearing in
I
any of
think
these cases.
they were in
So
sympathy. They were in sympathy with the protester. I mean, you don't think so?
I can say so because I can say so. Yes, I can say so. But what I know is that those nominated, if they had applied any effort or all of the efforts they applied were just in vain, and the president nomination was just in vain because there's nothing he can do about it right now. Because the next government going to take over within a week period, and when that happens, the new president of the Republic of Liberia, Ambassador Joseph Numa Bwaka, will now be given the mantle of authority to nominate people he feels should occupy these positions.
So how many senators are out? How many new do you know are coming in since election?
So we have 11 senators are out. Yes.
Wow,
One
They did
one
good
one
work. 11 senators out, Jackson.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
yes, 11 senators are out. You have senator, like you have Senator Milton Tiache from Sano County, he's out. You have Senator Jonathan Carpet from Grand Bassa. And the funny thing about his case is that the same man that he removed from his post in the elections is the same man that came back and took the position from him. So it's
That's the
just like,
people. That's the people voting. That's not the man. That's the work you do, right? Jackson always said that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
so it's just like you took my position before, so I'm coming back to take him. And I'm not gonna for him. The equipment was dead. The former senator Daniel Nathan, he died by the elections. So Amakone went as independent candidate and he won the elections. For Grand Cape County, you have Madame Deba Vabla, a businesswoman. She ran on the ticket of the United Party and she won one of the strong men in the House, Fanny Sherman. Senator Fanny Sherman, she will be
Oh, Fanny
replacing
Sherman
Senator.
is out.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think he couldn't get his phone to get the information out at the time.
He couldn't get
yes,
what?
His phone.
Go ahead,
yes.
Liba.
And for Mike Giddy, the equipment already saw his own fate and decided to now recontest. So he did not go for re-elections. And Nathaniel McGill, who was sanctioned by the U.S. State, won the elections. Also, Bill Tuawe, Riverside County, he won the elections. And also, you have people like Momo Cyrus. Momo Cyrus won Lofa County against Ikupen Steven Zako in a Senate. You also have people like Creighton Donkey that also won the election against Milton TLC, like I said. So Marshall Dennis of Grand Chile, he was also defeated by Thomas Yaya. And so
Nima.
far I can say Une Abatie, which is the current protein, Sir Joseph of Mosivalo County, um, J. Glebo Brown of Maryland County, and
Darius
yeah.
DeLong. You forgot about
So
Darius
Dylan did not
DeLong.
go for election. It's not his turn.
Okay.
Dylan should
Oh,
be
re-election. Okay.
yes. He 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 came in and he went for the special senatorial elections, which
Yeah.
was in 2020, and he was re-elected. So his next election should be 2026. Like the last of Moy, Prince Moy, Delon, Nyombli, these are people that should be going by 2026.
So
So
who's
either
who's well who's well, who's well seated to become Senate Pro Tem? Sen Abachi is out from legislative
um,
corridor.
so right now the issue of gender equality has been on the floor for a very long time, and looking at the low representation of women low representation of Liberian women at the level of the legislature has also been a major issue. And looking at the alliance Nyobli Kanga Lawrence have with the United Party that succeeded in the elections, and they have decided so far they have decided to carry her as the next pro-tem for the Senate. Last time we spoke with Senator Darius Talon on just a media engagement, he said that based on the current negotiation and based on what they have seen so far, if anyone should go against Nyobli, that person will not obtain up to 5 or 4 votes. He said because majority of the bloc is waiting to carry her. And the CDC right now is not putting up any candidate against. We have not seen that. We got report that uh, Sir Joseph should have contested the post against Senator Lawrence, but President Weah told him to step down and he should not go for that post. So
So,
it was
so,
not.
so, so, how corrupt was the 54 legislature? Was there any syndicates there?
So that question, I think they don't answer that.
Why you don't want to be honest? You say, how
Yeah,
corrupt?
You know,
you're
they
trying to try to
don't
get in.
Why? She covered the men and women. How corrupt were they? Were any brown envelopes, people suspended, allegations? How corrupt were they? And how effective were they in the work? Or were they a playboy and playgirls?
So the last time Senator Delon answered that question, he said that he created a Senate 4/10, and if it was uh, from 1 to 100, he also gave them 40 or 100. So he said that they had weak, they were weak in exercising their oversight responsibilities, and that people were too much into certifying a particular person. But in the line of corruption, recent reports have shown that the legislature in 2023 was very corrupt. Like lately, I read reports shows that the legislature was weak and politically driven. Um, there's other organization that is the Center for Transparency and Accountability also brought a report that there was high level of corruption at the legislature, and Nemo Partners for Democratic Development also came up with a report last year that the legislature was weak, and they said they were weak and independently driven. Yeah, so the people societies brought all their report already characterizing them as high corruption should I say agents or high level of corruption was already at the entity, and they don't attack him again to create the entire legislature as a 4/10. So it shows that there's not much done in minimizing corruption. Also, people look at the issue of three of President Weah's closest companions
Oh, I tell you, Internet Jackson, you listen to
We're,
her
we're, we're working on the internet issue.
for
Okay,
reporters like Lima.
Yeah, we're
can you
giving.
now?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Three of
so the issue of the president, like people like Nathaniel McGill was sanctioned for corruption, while the government was staying in power, and he was the minister of state and presidential affairs. People like Serena Tipos, Solicitor General, were also sanctioned for corruption. People like
Bill.
Bill Suare, yes, who also won the election, he was also sanctioned. So these backgrounds, different reviews, different reports shows that there was high level of corruption in 2023, in
Okay,
2022.
so let's move over to this other information. Former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor have turned over office to incoming Vice President Jeremiah Cohn. What have you gathered
Okay.
over the 10 over nose? Was there money, gas slip, unlike we're seeing that it's a Joseph Walker 10 over thousands or millions of dollars in gas. What have you seen from the North so far? And how was the ceremony?
One thing is, you'll not believe that it was kind of like a closed door turnover. On a serious note, it was a closed door turnover. When I saw it on her page that she turned over to the vice president, like usually, like doing vice president Joseph Boakai term. At the time, I was not in the Senate, but there were reporters that carry the sad lives, that carry the activities live, what all happened. So, but for the issue of Madam Taylor, we only saw that on her page that she had turned over the she had turned over everything to the president, the vice president elect. So right now, if one should say, "Oh, there was this, there was that," that means you got to conduct your own investigation to know why exactly you have to say, because you were even there, you only saw it live, and yeah, reporters were not ready there.
So tell us, finally, tell us, our audience, what we expect to see on Monday at Capitol Hill from the Senate wing. What we expect to see.
On Monday, if the weather is cool enough, meaning when the staffers are paid, when they have been paid their money, then we will have a demo activity at the Liberian Senate where senators will be allowed to go into chambers, and they will have the introduction of the next uh, segment of the session. And that, because for now we still have the protein is still available. The vice president should be the one. The vice president should have been there up to present, but I don't know the way she has turned over. She will still be there until that time, because she should be in session that day. She should be the one to decide, because they are going for protein elections. But she has already turned over her office and other things to the next vice president. So there is this slight understanding that she might not be there, but she should be there. So
Okay.
if she's not there, then the secretary of the Senate should be the one to take charge of session until there is election conducted, and after the election results, the next person can preside over the Senate. But we pray that everything
People
is.
bought there again.
So we're waiting to see, because these guys have already said if they cannot get their money by Friday, Monday will be a whole different case. So if they have been paid their money by Monday, by Friday, or by Saturday, or by Sunday, then we'll have a smooth transition at the level of the Liberian Senate on Monday. But if not, I can tell you there will be
The
nothing
weather will
else.
not be good.
So
The weather will be.
is that not obstruction of legislative function? And the staffers are doing that. Can they be punished for doing that? Because we saw Imari Gonga from EFF locked the Capitol building. He was dragged to court. Is that not obstruction of function? Why is this keep going on and nobody is intervening?
So for that particular case, it cannot be considered as obstruction of legislative function, because these people have the right to protest. And many looking at the time minute course where there will be a transition of government in the soonest possible time. And they are afraid if they cannot get their money, some of their lawmakers, some of their like people they are working for, some of their leaders did not make it to the 55th legislature. So if their monies are delayed, they won't be able to get that money back. So, and some of them, they have left the capital.
Can't hear you, Nathan.
Let's leave it at that. Lima Cody keep coming in, breaking. Mr. George, you listening to all of the things she said, from the special sitting, there was no law stuff passed, onto the protest. What have you been? What's your own reaction to all of these about Liberia and our lawmakers?
I think she unfolded a lot of things. One of the things that caught my attention was the fact that the executive order by the president concerning the tuition, and so I think it went on for a length of time. I'm not sure why it was not pushed into law when he had both, houses, the House and Senate, until the last days before it triggered that, well, the executive order may expire and the incoming administration might not be able to cover that cost. If that had been law in the last 6 years, then the incoming administration would have dealt with it. The other part that caught my attention was the fact that I listened to a couple of senators or representatives, and they talk about the salary of these protesters. And if I got it right, one of them said, the money has been paid to us, and we gave the staffers the money. I don't know why the senators or representatives should be giving funds directly to the employees. They should be paid through the payroll system. That's something that they should do. And so I'm hoping that I think they sympathize with the protesters, that the protesters are working there. They are protesting. I'm hoping that we get to the point where civil servants don't have to fight for the salaries. One of the things that caught my attention, and I might be wrong, is the fact that we give these representatives and senators, we give them gasoline slip, we give them scratch cards, we give them vehicles. We have to, and I understand some of the rationale in doing that, but we don't give civil servants all of those things as well. I think those are some of the things that we need to cut down for now because of where we are, so that we can use some of that money into other areas where we have massive poor educational system, poor healthcare system. Those senators and representatives, scratch cards are not going to change. The ordinary people don't have scratch cards given to them by government, or employees in the ministries don't have scratch card to call other ministries to do their work. So I think this incoming legislature should look at the country from a point where let all of us make the sacrifice. On the contrary, if you went to these people's homes and see the inner district and see how people are all over their homes asking them for things, all because we as a nation, we have not put in place the structure and the system to help out the ordinary people. So these people are coming to these people's home for help. So we need to develop a system where the least among us can have food on the table and have access to education and do the things that they need to do, so that all of this, I've never seen anybody going to Amy Klobuchar house, laying in front of the house, lining up for food and other things. So her job is to go into Congress, advocate for money, advocate for food stamp, advocate for all of these things, so that we're not struggling. And so I'm hoping that this new group will look at it, make some sacrifice. We give you vehicle, we give you gasoline, we give you scratch card, we put food on the table for all of the family, the kids, we send their children to school. That's a lot to ask for civil servants, and civil servants not getting paid on time. And some of those lawmakers are not even getting paid on time as well. So we all need to put pressure on. If we continue to just work and do the same thing over and over, the system will not change. If lawmakers are not getting paid, let them stop. They don't have to go to work. Let them tell the country that we're not getting paid, we're not going to work. I'm not going to ask my staffers to go to work because they're not getting paid. That will put pressure on the executive branch of government to make the payments. But if we all just keep doing the same thing over and over, this system will never work. And I think civil servants too got to come to the point where, well, we're not getting paid. Why am I going to work for 3 months without pay? So if you can go to work 3 months without pay, why should I pay you?
And these are things that increase corruption, because if I go, I need transportation, you come to face your passport, right. I can say, okay, give me $20 extra.
So the ordinary people paying the brunt of it as well. I just mute myself for a while.
Yeah, so these are things that are happening, and let's play you some of the interviews here.
We've been very lenient in regards to this process.
Because we try to be moderate, to have a leadership that will meet the speaker, discuss what issue with him. as regard to our money, because this is our benefit. Of course, it is constitutional. We work here, we are starvers, and so if there's any other benefit that the lawmaker receive, we must receive ours as well. But the point I make all to understand that if we don't take radical approach, we can't get our
So
benefit.
who did the representative staffers association met? Because
the leadership
Mexico just said nobody has ever reached to his office.
The leadership met with the rule and order in person of
Johnson Greglo.
The leadership met with the rule and order, and when you make all the understand that there is no money, nobody has signed any money for the lower house, for the staffers of the lower house. But for the Senate, they have signed for their money. From now to Friday, they will receive their money.
Of the breach of communication, apologize to us. So many, we won the war. If somebody say, what you doing, we wrong you. Besides that, she is the chairperson of Rule All Administration. She's the administrator of the Senate. She has committed. She was being sent by the leadership of the Senate, which Senator Taylor is now a member of the leadership of the Liberian Senate. Should we leave, for example, Vice President Boakai elect inauguration, after inauguration, Boakai says something, or a minister come and tell you something, in the absence of Joseph Newman Boakai, who do you believe? I believe Joseph Newman Boakai. So I'm saying, Senator Nyomli Kanga Lauren is part of the leadership, and it is the leadership that asked her to come and speak with us. And she has committed the Senate leadership by saying, from now to Friday, some of our concern will be addressed. If not, you heard it, you the journalist, that we should protest.
Well,
so
on the flip
protest
side,
is not yet canceled, it's being suspended temporarily.
Well, on the flip side, there are folks in the public who believe that your action has hindered the confirmation proceeding of our Associate Justice Destiny.
I don't have confirmation power.
Do you have regret?
I don't have regret. I don't have regret when they are admitted. When they are admitted, they apologize. What should I regret when somebody apologizes to you? Someone wrong you and say, I'm sorry, because of the breach of communication. Then I should regret my action. We have won the Senate, and we look up to them to live up to their commitment today with us on Friday.
Charles Brown Lima, he's the spokesman for the Liberian Senate. We understood that there was a attempt on his life. Can you tell us what's going on? Okay, we cannot get to Lima, Cody, some technical issue there. But you listened to Charles Brown, Mr. George, briefly. And he said they have just halted it for a bit.
Government is complex. He unloaded a lot again. The question is, let's take for instance, if Senator Lawrence talked to him and agreed that by Friday. But again, I don't know if the incoming administration will make the payments or they will be negotiating with the same finance ministry to make payments. If that payment could be made on Friday, why weren't the payment made on time to cover the cost for that? But again, government is complex. The complexity of government is there. The bureaucracy is there. So I think other people have legitimate question to say the protest ended just on the day, the Tuesday that why negotiations were not made prior to that. To keep the process going on. But all of these things are the beauty of democracy. That's what makes democracy messy. And so we can hope and pray that the staffers will be taken care of. Again, for me, it boils down to people need to be paid. They got their own families. At what point would this cycle ends where people go into work and don't know when they're going to get paid? And what increases corruption in our country is because when those people don't get paid, what happens? They engage in other things because they still got to put food on the children's table. They still got to send their children to school. So the ordinary people suffer. The business people suffer. So corruption is at the highest when people are not being paid. Even when people get paid, it's not going to curtail corruption right away, but it could limit some of the things that people do. But people are desperate. Poverty or hardship can make good people turn into bad people. And our system have created, have made a lot of good people into bad people because we've not lived up to paying our civil servants. Even when we harmonize the pay, we still did not do that. So the incoming administration has work to do. I think salaries should be the first place they need to tackle. Make sure they got 3 months of people pay, so that with if they don't generate enough money, they still have money to pay civil servants. But I think if we pay people and we pay people enough, the country by itself will begin to open up. When people can send their children to school, when people can put food on the table for their children, when people can pay their rent or build their and begin to build houses, buy vehicles, and get to socialize, the country will open up by itself. But the money is not circulating. People don't have enough money to spend. So even in this country, that's why we have a welfare program. The idea of welfare program is to reduce the crime rate. Those people spend a lot of time in a welfare office. They spend a lot of time going to do things, so that to put more money into the economy, because if we don't put more money into the economy will stall. And that's why we have a robust welfare system here that pump billions of dollars every month into the economy.
Yes, billions of dollars. Let's take a word from our sponsor, the Park Liquor Outlet. And hey, have you filed your are you planning on filing your taxes? The Pro One Tax Service is here to help you.
Really,
Gain
Nita? Really, Nita?
gain from that. So let's see if we can take a short video here from the Pro One Tax Service. The CEO will be providing you more details on the service, the Pro One. They are associated with the Diaspora Talk.
Those of you who know me, I'm Tom Tama, and you might know me to be a realtor because if you look on social media, I'm all around. But a lot of people don't know that I'm a professional tax preparer. Actually, that's how I started, and we've been running a tax business for close to 20 years now. So this is about the tax season. We just want to promote our tax business out there so you know what we do. So for the past 20 years, we've been preparing individual and business taxes, and we are continuing to do that. So this year, we are doing something very, very special for our clients, for new people. We're giving a lot of promotions out there. But our name is Pro One Tax Service. We used to be called Dominion Group Taxes, but we changed to Pro One Tax Service, and we are located right in Brooklyn Park. This year, at Pro One Tax Service, we are doing a lot of great things. We're doing a lot of phenomenal things, okay? And we are doing these things to show appreciation to our many clients that we've had over the years and those that we expect to do business with us this year. So what we are doing this year, we are giving out over 200 great prizes, right? And among the great prizes we have a 75-inch 4K limited edition smart TV that's going to go out. We have more televisions. We got a 65-inch television, we got 55-inch televisions, and in addition to that, we have Bluetooth speakers, we have vacuum cleaners, air fryers, and the gifts are just so many we don't even know. I can't even call all of them, but we just want to say thank you to our many clients. And here's it. People want to ask me, what's the catch? Why are you giving out all of these big things? This is how we show appreciation. Right? We've been in the community for over 20 years. We got people who've been supporting us, and we do not charge anything extra. Matter of fact, our charges are still below the national average. We still charge way lower than Asian Hour Black, Justin Hewitt, and we have a really great environment here, professional environment, and we're giving out these prices. How are we doing them? Well, when you do your taxes with us, you get into our raffle draw. We got our tickets right here. And if you're lucky winner, you can win one of these prizes. But this is what we're doing on top of everything. Once you show up here, you automatically get a box of rice, a 25-pound box of rice, free. If you do your taxes with us, you get that, whether you win another prize or not. The prizes are just icing on the cake. So when you show up here to do your taxes with Pro One Tax Service, we used to be called Dominion Tax Service, you qualify to get a box of rice. And here's another one here, that's the biggie. So if you did your taxes with us and you send us a referral, you are entitled to another box of rice. So imagine sending us 2-3 different referrals, you're still entitled to as many boxes of rice as referrals that you send us. So it's a great thing. We just want to encourage our people to do business with us. Now beyond that, we are an established company. We've been around for up to 20 years. We operate every day. Every day, with the exception of Sundays or Saturdays. Most Saturdays we are here. but every time you have us. So we're not just fly by night, you know, we are consistent, we are professional. It's a professional environment. We are confidential with your information. We have secure systems in here, and we have like great applications that we deploy just to make sure that your taxes are accurate, you know, they are secure, and they are done properly. And all of our staff, we have a lot of staff here, we make sure that we take all of the appropriate training every year to advance our, you know, to just make ourselves aware of the tax laws, the changes, and other stuff. We provide a lot of tax guidance and help. So we just want you to come and help us, you know, be a part of our business, enjoy what we do. We've been doing it. We are very, very, very proud of what we do. Good. So Esther is one of our staff here. She controls the office, and she's a professional. She got her certification in taxation, and by the way, she's also a realtor, just like me. So this is Esther. Esther, you want to say anything to our many clients out there?
Yeah. Welcome to Pro Tax Service. This year is going to be special and bigger, huge. You're going to walk away with so many. So we expect you to be right at our door by the 22nd of January to begin filing your taxes. We see you soon. Hope you come with somebody else, and hope you get the flyers or you spread a message.
Chris is one of our professionals. He's going to be helping, you know, our clients with taxes and real estate. There's a lot we are doing in here.
We're back for this new season. We hope you guys can join us so that we can be able to help you guys through your tax needs. There's a lot of professional hands in this office. We are welcoming, so we'll be happy to see you guys so that we can help you guys. So our Pro on Tax Services, we do individual taxes, business taxes. But on the business side, if you're doing Uber, Lyft, you do hair, nails, talk truck driving, auto mechanic, whatever you do, we can help cover all those services for you. So come, bring all your problems to us, and we can help solve them at Pro One Tax Services.
Let your celebration begin with Park Liquor Outlet, your first Liberian-owned liquor store in the city of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have everything that you need to set that special occasion or bride. For your next party or great get-together with friends, visit Park Liquor Outlet. We have great selection of beer, wine, gin, and many more at affordable prices. Our customer service will make you always want to come back. We are open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Park Liquor Outlet, your one-stop celebration store. We are located at 6315 Zine Avenue North, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Visit us today and feel the difference.
Called Dominion Group Tax.
So, Nathan, full disclosure, I've done my taxes with Pro One Taxes when they were Dominion for many years. I bought my home from CG Realtor, so they are professional. I mean, I'm one person who believe in supporting Liberian-owned businesses. So, you know, I'm happy to be a friend of a millionaire. I can't hear you, Nathan.
Indeed, Jackson George, and don't forget the Nathan Charles Insurance Agency. We are also here to provide you insurance.
And you provided me my insurance. So you see, I preach what I do what I preach. Though I believe in Liberian-owned businesses. I believe that a dollar stay in our community less than 10 minutes or less than a minute, because we don't have all of the big businesses that can absorb and hold the funds for that long. So I believe in supporting Liberian businesses. My insurances, all of my business or personal insurance, Nathan, you're going to be running them, my IRA, all those things I need to transfer it. I don't know the folks who got them right now, but, you know, since you took over your insurance company, you've been doing mine. You know, I bought my home from a Liberian. I do my taxes with a Liberian. Everything that I do, if we have it in our community, we need to support ourselves, you know.
Yeah. It's important, like you always say, supporting. That's why the Liberia Business Association comes in.
Correct.
And providing the platform for us to network
and each other, network and support ourselves. Yeah, because if we don't, we will never be successful. I mean, other communities are there, but what if we have it in our community? Let's support ourselves. I agree that we're still struggling with customer service, we're still struggling with confidentiality, but we are grown now. We're becoming professionals, and so we're understanding the business as compared to what we used to do before. So we need to trust each other and give us the opportunity to do the same thing. We talk about Signet Technology. We are Liberian owned. I'm the vice president for sales and marketing. And Liberian owned. We're professionals now. The things we used to do before, we don't do those. I mean, we've grown now. I think we need to change. We networking. We partnering now better than we used to do before. So let's continue to support ourselves.
Yes, Jackson, just as we wrap down things, just like Human Burger is discussing having meetings with UP lawmakers because he wants a speakership. What it means for our democracy.
I think it's a good move to call in lawmakers and put forth your agenda. I'm sure telling them what he wants to do for this country and how their support would help him reach his goal. I don't see any problem with that. I mean, any government, it happens here in the United States. Hopefully on Monday or Tuesday, he will invite all of the lawmakers to his house, whether you are Unity Party or Independent or Sedition, so that again he can be able to tell them in one room what his vision is for this country. And so that's something that I think is a good mood. I think he wants the speakership. I hear people say, the Liberian people have spoken. They want divided government. The Constitution provides for divided government. The Constitution provides that the speaker, the president pro tem, has his or her role to play. And so there's nothing wrong. I mean, in the last year, we had one party having that. So if it was bad, then let them tell us how bad it was so that we don't do that. But I don't see where one party, even in the United States, we've had Democrat leading the three branches of government. I mean, the Senate and the House and the executive branch of government. So I don't see a problem with that. It's the functionality, how they function, that will create the problem. But again, in our country, everything is political. And so I can see where they're coming from. But it's a good move by the president-elect. I think looking into these lawmaker eyes and telling them exactly what his vision is and how he wants to carry out his vision and the support he needs from them. He can only ask for their support, but I don't think he can force them to do what they do not want to do.
Jackson George, there's this other development. Liberia former Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott has been sentenced, and others have been sentenced to life in prison for brutal murder of their niece in Monrovia, Charlotte Musu, age 29. And so our reporter Jackie Dennis spoke to us earlier today, but we could not get the video yet. She said the lawyers have taken an appeal to the Supreme Court. So that does not mean that Gloria Musu Scott and others who've been convicted of murder, the case will never be heard again. So the Supreme Court, according to Jackie Dennis, our judicial reporter, is the highest decision-making body, and her lawyer has they accepted the ruling, the life imprisonment, and they will go to the Supreme Court to champion that plan because they start a lot of irregularities in that case. There, as you see, this
Chief Justice has been sentenced to life imprisonment. Chief Justice and three others have been sentenced to life imprisonment. They are protesting the sentence. She's calling this an organized crime in connection with the police, the justice ministry, and the rest. The cigarettes are pushing the correction facility bus. There she is. They are going. Sentenced to life. And
that was the situation. That was the situation there from the Temple of Justice. Gloria Musu Scott and others sentenced to life in prison because jurors believe that they murdered their niece Charlotte Musu, age 29, in their home in Brovis City. And Musu Scott was closely associated to the incoming president of Joseph Human Burger. She was on his legal team, and we're going to know what's going to happen at the Temple of Justice. Go ahead, Jackson. Let's wrap
You know,
this up.
I'm still. It baffles me as to how this lady would kill her own daughter in a gruesome way. They intend, if the intent can be established, and I will really want to understand why. But again, we have a justice system. We all are crying for democracy. The court has ruled a life sentence. Her lawyers can now appeal, and the Supreme Court will hear her appeal. So there will be her time in court, and the Supreme Court will have to make that determination as to whether she will stay life in prison. But the court has ruled already, and so now the verdict is what it is. So I'm hoping that in a appeal, and when the Supreme Court take the case, we'll be able to get a clear understanding of what it is. But I would say in Liberia, it is hard to get a jury trial in a case of this magnitude. I would have gone for the judge to make a decision, because the judge will be someone who understands. But imagine the jury. We're talking about high illiteracy in our country. I understand that some of the jury never even have paper to write down notes. So I don't know why her lawyers would choose to put her fate in the jury hands when we have high illiteracy rate and other stuff. I thought they would have gone for the judge to make that decision. They have their own wisdom, and maybe the judge who were taking care of the case, they didn't have faith in the judge as well. So I don't know, but that's my own thinking.
Yes, thanks so much for following the Diaspora Talk. My name is Nathan Charles. Have yourself a wonderful day, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Nathan.
Tax service, and we're located right in Brooklyn Park. This year at Pro One Tax Service, we are doing a lot of great things. We're doing a lot of phenomenal things, okay? And we are doing these things to show appreciation to our many clients that we've had over the years and those that we expect to do business with us this year. So what we are doing this year, we are giving out over 200 great prizes, right? And among the great prizes we have a 75-inch 4K limited edition smart TV that's going to go out. We have more televisions. We got a 65-inch television. We got 55-inch televisions, and in addition to that, we have Bluetooth speakers. We have vacuum cleaners, air fryers, and the gifts are just so many we don't even know. I can't even call all of them, but we just want to say thank you to our many clients. And here's it. People want to ask me, what's the catch? Why are you giving out all of these big things? This is how we show appreciation. Right? We've been in the community for over 20 years. We got people who've been supporting us, and we do not charge anything extra. Matter of fact, our charges are still below the national average. We still charge way lower than Asian Hour Black, Jackson Hewitt, and we have a really great environment here, professional environment, and we're giving out these prices. How are we doing them? Well, when you do your taxes with us, you get into our raffle draw. We got our tickets right here. And if you're lucky winner, you can win one of these prizes. But this is what we're doing on top of everything. Once you show up here, you automatically get a box of rice, a 25-pound box of rice, free. If you do your taxes with us, you get that, whether you win another prize or not. The prizes are just icing on the cake. So when you show up here to do your taxes with Pro One Tax Service, we used to be called Dominion Tax Service, you qualify to get a box of rice. And here's another one here, that's the biggie. So if you did your taxes with us and you send us a referral, you are entitled to another box of rice. So imagine sending us 2-3 different referrals, you're still entitled to as many boxes of rice as referrals that you send us. So it's a great thing. We just want to encourage our people to do business with us. Now beyond that, we are an established company. We've been around for up to 20 years. We operate 24, every day. Every day, with the exception of Sundays or Saturdays. Most Saturdays we are here, but every time you have us. So we are not just fly by night, we are consistent, we are professional. It's a professional environment. We are confidential with your information. We have secure systems in here, and we have great applications that we deploy just to make sure that your taxes are accurate, they are secure, and they are done properly. And all of our staff, we have a lot of staff here, we make sure that we take all of the appropriate training every year to advance our, to just make ourselves aware of the tax laws, the changes and other stuff. We provide a lot of tax guidance and help. So we just want you to come and help us, be a part of our business, enjoy what we do. We've been doing it. We are very, very, very proud of what we do. Good. So Esther is one of our staff here. She controls the office, and she's a professional. She got her certification in taxation, and by the way, she's also a realtor, just like me. So this is Esther. Esther, you want to say anything to our many clients out there?
Yeah. Welcome to Pro Tax on Service. This year is going to be special and bigger, huge. You're going to walk away with so many. So we expect you to be right at our door by the 22nd of January to begin filing your taxes. We see you soon. Hope you come with somebody else and hope you get the flyers or you spread a message.
Chris is one of our professionals. He's going to be helping our clients with taxes and real estate. There's a lot we are doing in here.
We're back for this new season. We hope you guys can join us so that we can be able to help you guys through your tax needs. There's a lot of professional hands in this office. We are welcoming, so we'll be happy to see you guys so that we can help you guys. So our Pro on Tax Services, we do individual taxes, business taxes. But on the business side, if you're doing Uber, Lyft, you do hair, nails, talk truck driving, auto mechanic, whatever you do, we can help cover all those services for you. So come, bring all your problems to us, and we can help solve them at Pro One Tax Services.